Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today with something I haven't done in a while, and that is to dekit some kits. So I have 3 kits that I need to dekit, and yeah, I need the storage space. It's been taking up room in my office because I can't put them away where they go until I empty the drills out of them. So yeah, here I am. So I need to dekit my drills from Harajuku, which was a square kit. So I have pulled out my spare drill square storage, my square spare storage, say that 3 times fast. And I'm going to be dekitting the drills into this. Now, some I will save, some if there's not very many left. Like, I don't know. I don't throw away ABs, but yeah, we'll just have to see. Sometimes I feel like mixing colors, sometimes I don't. So I'm just gonna pull out the bottles and I'm just gonna start going through them because why not? Like, that's all I've got left of their black drills. I've got a bazillion 310s. I'm not gonna save those. And then all I have to do is pull the sticker off. We'll see how nicely these all come off, and then that can go back in the bottle case. Okay, so 151, and I have actually taken out any ABs that had drills in them. So any of the bags that were in ABs, I'm now storing them in a separate place to kind of give myself some more room. But also my 151 bag is not in here, and that is because this is probably a color that gets used in my 02, and I've pulled a bunch of those out because I didn't like the drills for that kit. So I'm going to set that aside and I'll pull those out later. So now I have 209. And the square drills from Harajuku, I really thought they were good. So there's a couple of colors that I might not save. And those are, look at how different those colors are. One is very dark, one is much lighter. I have been going through, like here's another example. This one has 2 different colors in it too, a very, very light purple and then a light lavender. This might be a 3rd color. It is going to be a 3rd color. Sometimes I'm okay with dumping them in there. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes it feels like when they are just so mismatched that sometimes it seems more confusing than not to put them all in together. All right, then I need 333. And then the 351, that's not even really enough drills for me to mess with. So I'm probably just going to put those in. Why? I've got random drills floating around in here and they just fell to the bottom, so I don't know where they came from. I don't know if they were drills that jumped out at some point when I was like, maybe they were staticky. I don't know. I've been considering whether I actually wanted to go through and redo how my storage was anyway. At the very least, maybe I just need to give it a good clean out, see if there's any drills floating around in there, because clearly there are. But I've also had people ask, well, I've had a bunch of people ask where I got my storage system. The answer to that is I made it. And I've had a lot of people ask if I sell it. I don't. I've considered it, but here's the thing. Usually when you buy a storage system like this, and the ones that I've seen are ones on Etsy and other places, when you buy a storage system like this, like for me personally, I made this to fit the container that I had. So essentially what I would sell would be the tab dividers that I make, the stickers that I made that went on them, plus the stickers that go on the bags. So like I have square stickers with all the DMCs for all the DMC colors and ABs. So like the AB ones will say AB at the bottom, but not the bags and not the box. But like I said, my dividers were made specifically to fit in the box that I had. Like I got the box and then I measured it to see what I needed to do to make it fit, how many rows could I have, what width could I have, and then I bought my bags to fit. So if your bags are not exactly the same size as mine and your box is not the same size as mine, it's not going to work out as evenly and as pretty. So then my thing was, do I want to sell, and some of these still have some static, do I want to sell the box as well? because that means then I have to go out and find additional boxes. Not that I mind doing that, but that also makes it more expensive to ship. Yeah, I just don't know where the price point is where it makes it worth the hassle versus not worth the hassle, if that makes any sense. Or would people be interested in just like, here's my system, here's the size box I use, try and find a box that size? I mean, I just got this box from Hobby Lobby, but there's no guarantee that Hobby Lobby is going to continue to carry this box in this exact size. Do you know what I mean? So it feels like maybe it would be more trouble than it's worth to have people go out and try to find a box that it would fit in, if that makes sense. All right, $5.50. How come some of these darker colors always seem to be the same dye lot, but when you're talking about lighter colors, it's not? Like, shouldn't there be like the Pantones where you can just be like, hey, here's this color and this is what it should match? I don't know enough about all of that to know how it works, but see, I've got a bunch of different, that's wildly different than these two. That's a much darker purple. Crazy. All right, so that's that row. Then 603 and 604. 666 I'm not going to keep. I know I have a million of those. 718, there's almost no drills. That's not worth saving either. So there's those. 740, same thing. I guess I could go through here and see, like both of those, not worth saving for me either. Just too few drills, and I don't know where the cutoff is. Like, that's definitely why bother saving either of these. Like 10 drills in the bottle, that's not worth saving. I know lots of people don't even bother to save their spare drills, so I don't know, maybe this seems like a fruitless exercise to a lot of people. But this is also part of the organization process that really appeals to me. I mean, I didn't have to spend all the time that I did working out how to make my own spare drill storage and figuring out the sizes and how I wanted to cut things and what I wanted it to look like and all of that. But I did. So yeah, I mean, lots of other people don't make their own cover sheets and cover minders and things like that. I want to know how to do everything, I guess. I'm always interested in learning something new, so I always want to know how something is done or how it gets made. Do you guys ever watch that series, the How It Gets Made series on TV? 892, almost dropped that one. That's not worth saving. Maybe this kit down will go a lot faster than I thought if I'm not saving a bunch of these drills. There just isn't enough of a color to save some of these. Like, I'll spend more time going through it and looking it up than I will actually putting the drills in. Some of these have enough that I don't mind saving them. And of course, when we get to the ABs, even if I don't save the ABs for myself, I will save them to send out in a random act of kindness, or to put in. Sometimes I'll put stuff in with giveaways if I'm doing a giveaway. Which, you guys, I was supposed to write down all the rules and stuff for the giveaways, and I totally forgot to do that. So probably at some point while I'm filming this, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to go write down all the rules so I can share with you what you need to do for the giveaway, because I do want to have that. If you missed yesterday's or Sunday's Whip and Chat, I hit 7,000 subscribers. So a huge thank you to all of you, because you are why I made that milestone. See, 603 is not in there, so that's got to be with my 02 as well. So I really need to work on that one. I just have so many other things. I think I've been avoiding working on it because I didn't like the drills. And so because I didn't like the drills, it's just kind of become this project that I'm avoiding. That is also apparently where those drills are. 819. See, these are much more peachy than these. And there's not that many, so I don't think I'm going to keep those. See what I mean about it just depends sometimes on how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, if I want to save the whole color, or I'm like, nah, that doesn't, like these. Oh, those are actually pretty close, so that might be worth saving, even though that still has some static in it. Yeah, those actually look pretty good. Maybe a slight difference in color in there, maybe. Sometimes it's hard for my old eyes to tell. All right, 915 is not in there. 917 is, however. But those are two wildly different colors. These are more purple, this is more red, so I'm not going to save those since there's not very many. All right, then I have all these colors. 948. I'm already in my last row here in this box. That was one of the other reasons I kind of wanted to move my ABs to a different spot, at least for my squares, because I had so many that they were spilling over into a second box. They still are. Eventually I'm going to use up my spares on some spare drill projects and my two heaven and earths when I get around to them. I think I'm avoiding those as well because the first heaven and earth that I did, the drills were disappointing, even though I could have been a combination of the canvas and the drills, I don't know, but it just was not an enjoyable experience. And so I think people get spoiled, and I was actually thinking about this the other day. I think that's why people end up buying from one diamond painting company and then swearing up and down it's the best one ever when they've never really tried other companies, because they either had a bad experience with another company or they just prefer the way one company works. Like, that's what I discovered, is that there are several companies that I think do some really good things, but there may be just one thing that I was like, oh, I wish they did this differently, that another company does it a way that I prefer, whatever that one thing could be. But when you've been diamond painting for a while and you know what kind of experience you're going to get from a company, it's much easier to just keep buying from that company for the consistency rather than putting yourself out there and maybe trying some where it's going to be a different experience. Not necessarily bad, but just different. And we all get into that comfort zone. I don't know. Maybe that's just my brain overthinking things. Lord knows I've been in overthinking mode for the last 2 or 3 days. Do you ever do that where, like, you know you're overthinking things, but you can't keep from doing it and your own brain is exhausting? Okay, I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. No idea why. I didn't want to be awake at 4 o'clock this morning, but I was. All right. That is not enough to keep. That is not enough to keep. That is not enough to keep. All right, let me at least look at some of these other ones and see. 967. I think I'm going to have to go get my other box here soon because I'm getting into these other colors. Oh, I guess I could do the ABs because some of them might be in this box before I switch out boxes. 972. I really did enjoy Harajuku. Kind of looking forward to the next Bella kit that I do, although I'm not sure exactly when that's going to be because I have so many other things I need to get done first. I am happy with how fast things seem to be going, though. Harajuku did seem like it took a while, but I think that's because it was very confetti heavy and it was squares. So, all right, 3326 is in this box. And then all the rest of those are going to be in my next box, but I need to go through the ABs first and see if any of them are in here. So you've got 2 different colors in that too. One's much more kind of peachy. The other one's more pink. All right, 3326. Trying to make sure those are going back where they're supposed to. Let me peel off. At least the stickers are coming off nicely. Sometimes when I forget and I just let these set for a while, Then I go back to peel all the stickers off and they're really annoying and difficult. These are not being that way, so appreciate that. And I need the bottles because I have other kits that I want to kit up. Because I don't have enough whips at the moment. I do, but other things I want to finish. So I finished Harajuku, and then I have drills from 2 other kits, but they're both rounds. So I wanted to do the square one first and see where everything's going to end up. Okay, so for my 210 ABs, I don't think these are in here, like I said, no. 444, do I have any ABs in that color? I do not. So I will put them in the bag, but then I will have to put these in the other place where I am storing my binders currently, which I already want to change, but that's neither here nor there. All right, that must be in there as well. And then $9.95, that is in this box. Do I have ABs in here though? I do not. Okay. All right. So those I need to look for my binder, and then the rest of these that are square leftovers are going to be probably in my second box. So let's pull these out, see if there's any that I'm just not going to save because there's not enough drills. Because I can clean those out. Definitely don't need just that many. It's always funny to me too how many of these have static in them still, even after, I mean, these have probably been sitting in these containers for a month, if not longer. Hopefully I'm not flinging drills everywhere when I'm doing that. All right. All right, let me get the stickers peeled off of these that I'm not going to be saving, since I already emptied out the drills. And then I will go grab my binder for my square ABs and do those first before I switch out this big box, because I don't want to get confused and put everything in the wrong place. All right, this one is empty. And then I also need to go check those ones that I think are for my 02 and see if they really are. So don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Okay, so I went through the container that has all of my 02 drills in it, and I found all of the ones that I had pulled out that I need in here. See, these are not the same color. Are these the same color as the ones that came with it? No, they are not. So I'm not going to keep these, even though I like that pink better, but it doesn't match. And so just for purposes, until I'm done with that one, I don't need to do that. 747, same thing. They don't match. Then let's see, 915, nope, they don't match. I guess this is making it easy on me. 961, they don't really match either. Closer than the other ones had been, but still not enough. And then 603, again, these are just a little more vibrant than the extras that I already had, so. All right, so I didn't actually end up saving any of those, but that's okay. That's why I say I really just need to finish that project, because I have so much stuff pulled waiting for me to finish that one. But I'm avoiding it because I did not enjoy it when I was working on it before. And so now my brain is like, I don't want to do that one. Okay, let me put these away, and then I need to go pull out my binder with my ABs in it, and then I will switch out my boxes as well. So be right back. All right, so I went to my binder where I'm storing my spare squares that are ABs. So I can pull out these bags of ABs and then add the ABs that I have left over to this. Then they'll go back in my binder so that when I'm working on a square drill project, if I want to add ABs, these are much easier using this binder system for me to look at and pull out the drills that I need. It's just a more visual way to store them. It's not as clean as I would like because stuff moves around and I have to kind of be careful when I'm shifting things, but it works. I have these two that I need to add in there as well, so I may need to do some shuffling and then finish with these. So here is my other box of spare drill storage for my squares. The whole box did not get filled up, but I had 3 rows of overflow from my other squares that I just had so many these would not fit in them. So 3687. Although I guess this is a good example of, so I basically fit 3 rows of drills in here and then I left the rest of the box empty for whatever else I wanted to do with it. So maybe it's not a big deal if the bags and stickers and everything aren't, I mean the stickers themselves that go on the bags are not the issue. The sizes of those don't really matter. It's the size of the bags themselves and the tab dividers that I cut because they fit a certain way. So yeah, leave me a comment down below and let me know, like, if you were ever interested in purchasing a storage solution like this for spare drills, would you want or need the box that was going to be used for it included, or is that something people are happy to go get on their own? Like I said, I enjoyed the process of making it, so I never really went out and did a bunch of research on what other people were doing as far as people who were selling this kind of a setup or whatever. I think most of the ones that I saw on Etsy, they were just selling the stickers and then leaving it to you to go find whatever you wanted to use. But I think those were people who were selling them, that they were made for the smaller photo boxes to store. So maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. Okay, just 2 colors left here, and then I'm done dekitting Harajuku. 3855. It's not a ton left, but that's okay. All right, and then once I'm done with this, that will be the end of my square spares, and I can concentrate on the spare drills I have left that are round from the other 2 kits that I finished. And also, I think I'm going to, like I said, take a break in between doing these and go do what I forgot to do, which was write up all the information and stuff. Because legal, I have to include official rules and everything down in the description box, and I like to have all of that written up before I tell you guys about it, just so I'm not winging it and I don't say something wrong or whatever. Just, yeah, like to be a little bit more organized. Okay, so the Harajuku case is now empty and ready for the next project, so I can put that away. I'm going to put my square spares away, get out my box of round spares, and come back and we'll talk about other things and the giveaway. Don't go anywhere. Okay guys, I'm back. I've got 2 different types of containers here because I was working on 2 different kinds of kits. I don't know how much of these I'm going to save. Some of them, there's just not very many drills left, and they're colors that I have a ton of. So like these 3 first colors here, I'm not going to save them. I know I have a ton of them, but I don't need them. So I'm just going to peel off the stickers for this one. These are the drills left over from my Daphne kit that I did from Diamond Art Club. She is done and framed. No, she is done, not framed. I'm going to be ordering a frame. That's also on my to-do list for today, is to get that going and get that done. 310, I know I don't need any of those. I have a million 310s. And then these other drills in my other storage are from my Furry Familiar. Now, I have a whole bottle of 310 from Craftably left, and I'm pretty sure I have a bazillion of these, but I'm going to go ahead and save them, I think, because anytime I get good black drills, which these were, I try to hang on to them, because this Craftably For as much black, I think I had 2 big bags of black, and for as much black as I had almost no trash. So even though I have a ton of black drills, I'm gonna save them because you always need black drills, right? So these are coming out of my washi taped bottles. So, because I can never remember with Craftably if stickers are gonna peel off nicely or not. And then these, I have a bunch of these crystals, which I'm not gonna save. I just don't have enough of them that it's worth saving to me. If I had a little bit more of them, I might save them and put them in like a random act of kindness or something, but I don't even really think they're worth doing that. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to dump them in my trash that maybe someday is going to become a cute lamp. When, I don't know. So there were 4 different crystals in Furry Familiar. If you haven't seen the post-completion review of that, go check it out. I absolutely love that kit. I can't say enough good things about Craftably. I mean, and I'm not trying to say that other diamond painting companies do things badly, because that's not true. There are plenty of good diamond painting companies out there, but I just really like Craftably. Wherever they source their drills from, I love their drills, and it's just an enjoyable process to work on the drills. All right, now I also have a bunch of ABs from this kit, and I don't know, see this just says 08, but I'm pretty sure that's 5200, but I don't even know because I've pulled out my ABs. I think I have these stored somewhere else. Actually, let me go grab, see, and this says 07, but I'm sure that's a different color. These actually have the DMCs on them, so I guess let me look for those first. 742. I don't have any of those, so I'm going to save these ABs, and then I will need to move them out of here like I did with my square ones and move them into the binder where I am currently storing all of my ABs. I have 1 binder for square ABs and 1 binder for round ABs. So again, I'm probably going to need to do some shuffling around in the binder where I'm storing these. You can see there is still a bit of static, if I can talk today. But even staticky ABs I will save just because they're pretty, and why not? 963, I must have some of those, and I don't know what this color is, so I'll have to go look that up. So those can wait. All right, then where am I at? Because I'm trying to do these all at the same time. So those are both 327. Those are both 333. Wow, look at that, having all those the same color. All right, so let me move the ABs out of the way here because I will tackle those later. See, this is one where I have a ton of different, but this is one of those colors where 317 and 318, you never know which one you're gonna need if I run out of drills in something. It actually makes it a little bit easier since I just have 1 bag per color now for a lot of these. If I don't have any ABs, or if I do have ABs, I mean, because the AB bag has been pulled out and put in my binder so that it's all in the same place. Those all look pretty good. The rest of these may be Craftably drills I've saved from another kit, who knows? I did order some more Craftably, so I'm super stoked, and I've already got a notice that they're shipping, so I'm excited about that. They should be here soon, and then I can add them to my stash. Even though I told myself I wasn't going to buy anything in February because I already spent more than my budget for January and February. But I was afraid if I didn't get them, then they would disappear. All right, so I don't have any more of this until I get to 600. So let me pull out some more of these here. This one I don't have enough to bother saving, so I'm just going to dump that. Most of the rest of these, I think many of them, I ended up with quite a few left. 550, I'm not going to save. I ended up with quite a few of each color left I didn't run out of any drills, although there were some that I was afraid I was going to. I keep thinking one of these days maybe I'll just make an ASMR one of these where I just don't talk. It's literally just me putting things away and you guys listening to me. Is that of any interest to anyone? I know ASMR is a very particular subset of people sometimes. I think it's one of those things where you either love it or you hate it. For me, it depends on the sound. Some I don't mind, some I can't stand. All right, let me peel the stickers off of some of these so I can get some of these bottles out of my way. That's why I put washi tape on these, because like I said, sometimes with these Craftably ones, I mean, they're coming off pretty well. So I probably could have gotten away with just sticking them on the top of the containers, but this way I just don't have to worry about it. Some peace of mind for me. And I just keep a couple of storage, like a bottle case and one of my Elizabeth Wards that has the washi tape on it, so that I have something like this available whenever I need it. This was a really enjoyable kit. I enjoyed the Daphne as well. The drills with Daphne were super sparkly, and with Daphne I got to try my first kit that had the fairy dust drills, so kind of intrigued by those. I have an idea of something I'm going to try. Ooh, then I jumped to the 700s. So I don't need to save any 666. I have a million of those. I know I do. Then 704, I also have a million of those. I think that's like the go-to grass green color. Why is this 731? I don't even have a 731. Is this a new color that they've developed? I'll have to go look at that. That means I need to update everything. All right, and then 762. Not a ton of drills left in this one, but looks like they match pretty well. So just that really light, almost white color. Gray, but very light. All right, let me get these put away. The lids put back on them. Peel the stickers off. 3865, I know I have a ton of. I'm not going to save that one. Oh yeah, those ones at the end are the fairy dust drills of that one. Okay, let me look at some of these and look at the numbers, because like I said, I don't have a ton. Like, that's all the drills of this color left, and I know I have a ton of 815, so I don't need to save those. I just have so much stuff floating around in my brain today, you guys. That's why I forgot to make up the rules for the giveaway. But I really want to do it, so I did sit down and I do have them, and once I get a little bit further, we'll go over them. I want to get about halfway through the rest of these before we start talking about that, because it won't take very long. That way it's kind of fresh in your memory. But while we're talking about it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that already, because if you happen to be the winner, I'm sure you'd like to be notified. All right, 823, I don't need to save those. I have a ton of those. I know I do. Wonder if there's any other colors I'm going to come across that I don't have listed. 832, there's not very many of those. I'm not going to save those. This is what I get for doing old kits. Oh, there's another runaway drill. 779, I know I have a ton of those. Do I have any 3371 in this kit? Because I probably don't need to save those either. I do. So let me pull those out, because I know I don't need to save that color. Isn't it funny how there's just like some of these colors that you end up with a ton of? I guess I do, because I save my spares. If you don't save your spares, then it probably doesn't matter. I don't have enough of those to save. Oh, hopefully you can't hear that very noisy airplane flying over. If you can, I apologize. All right, 783. I'll go ahead and keep those. And then I'll look at 796 and 797. Those are also colors that I get a lot, so I may not need those. No, that bag is almost full. 797, I don't though. Okay, so let's keep this one. Not a ton of drills in there either, but at least now I had more than I had. Okay, I'm just checking to see if I had ABs in that color, but I don't. Okay, and then 827, I don't have very many of these either. All right, so I'm almost in the 900s. Now, unlike my square spares, all of my rounds fit in one box, so Okay, so that's the end of that third row. And then I think that puts me about halfway through. So we can talk about the giveaway. Let me finish up a couple more of these things and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. So the giveaway, what is the giveaway that I'm doing? Well, thanks to all of you, I made it to 7,000 subscribers. So I have set aside a licensed diamond painting kit that I'm going to be giving away. And since we are coming off of the Lunar New Year, I thought I would tie in what you need to do with that sort of somehow. So what you need to do to enter is very simple. Besides watching this video, you need to leave me a comment down below after you hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what country you live in and what Lunar New Year animal were you born under. I got really curious, and I probably look this up every year because I never remember, but I got really curious what sign I was born under. For regular zodiac, I know I'm an Aquarius, but I can't ever remember the Chinese Lunar New Year ones. So I went out and looked, and then while I was out, I was looking at what's my husband, what are my kids. So 931 I do not need to save. So leave me a comment down below, like I said, with both of those things. I happen to have been born in a year of the dog. This year is the year of the dragon. So are any of you also born under the year of the dragon, whenever the last time for that was? I should know what it is, but I didn't look that part of it up. I was busy. You know how when you look those kinds of things up and it tells you, oh, you're compatible with this, but not with that. And so I was looking it up to see, like, do my kids get along with each other? Are they like mortal enemies under? They're not mortal enemies. So they're just kids. They just don't get along like many kids. But I was also looking to see what my husband was. And again, for us too, not super listed as super compatible with each other, but not listed as not getting along. So yeah, leave me a comment down below, again, with those two things, what country you live in and your Lunar New Year birth animal. Because if you don't have those two things, then your entry will be disqualified, and I don't want to do that. All right, I'm trying to look here and see 37, 46, 772, 3819, those are both the same. 3820, I don't have enough of those to save. I will have all of the official rules listed in the description box down below so you can peruse them at your leisure. So you just need to leave me those things. So the entry period begins when this video posts, which will be 6 a.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesday, February 20th, 2024. So you have 24 hours to leave your comment and have that be your entry. So leave your comment anytime after this video opens until Wednesday, February 21st, 2024 at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. That will be my cutoff. So you get 24 hours. Again, you've got to have those two things, your country of residence and your Lunar New Year birth animal. One entry per participant, and entries have to be received, obviously, during the entry period. Now, it is open to everybody, so everybody who is subscribed is free to leave a comment. As usual, I will be drawing the winner at random in my next video. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, but also hit that bell so that you get notified when my next video posts, so that you can find out whether or not you won. All of the official rules, like I said, will be listed down below, so go check those out if you have any questions. You will be asked to contact me via email if you are the winner, so that I can get your mailing information so that I can mail out your prize to you. I think that's everything that I have to tell you. Like I said, the official rules will be posted in the description box below, so go check those out. I am almost done here with putting all these away, and then I will have freed up some storage so that I can work on some more stuff, because that's the goal, right? All right, 37565253. I'm gonna have to go double check and see, since I didn't have that 731, did I just miss that somehow? Is that a new number they've added? That's gonna mess up my whole system, because then it'll be a number I have to add in and it won't flip-flop back and forth the way I want. Gives me an excuse to go in and revamp everything, especially if anybody is interested in me perhaps making these to sell. I haven't decided exactly what all we're gonna sell. I think we're going to start off, my daughter and I are doing this together. She's kind of the resident artiste. 3837. So she's been busily drawing things, and I am trying to work out what other things I might want to include. I think I'm going to include cover minders if I get any made, and of course the release papers. But I don't know if I want to include something like this, the storage solutions. 3846. It's kind of labor intensive to make them, so I just don't know. I guess I need to sit down and figure out if I'm going to revamping it. That'll be a time for me to kind of go through and figure out how long does it take me to make these, if it's worth doing, or if the labor makes it not worth it. Not very many of those drills, but I'm going to go ahead and save them since I don't have any of that color. All right. Ooh, I'm getting close to being done here. That's exciting. All right. That one I've still got to go through. Let me peel the stickers off of all of these. Okay, so I gave you the information about the 7K subscribers giveaway. Yeah, I'm just really trying to kind of get back in a groove now that everybody's kind of back at school, back at work, back at all that stuff. Taxes are done, so some have been filed. The ones where we're getting a refund have been filed. The ones where we're not, those will wait for another month or so until I pay those, because I'm not giving the government money early. All right, 3853. Okay, so then all I really have left is my ABs, and then this one that I don't have a space for. Good thing I have extra bags. Okay, so let me go grab my AB storage for my round drills, because I need to do that. I need to figure out what color this is, and then I need to make a new bag apparently, because even though there's not very many, these are the fairy dust drills and I'm going to save these, but I don't know exactly what color that is. So I'm going to go look at that. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I pulled out my binder where I'm keeping all my AB drills, and I had a look on the internet to see if I could find out what the AB07 code was for Craftably. I guess I can email them. They're usually pretty good about just emailing me back with questions, but I probably have this one somewhere. I just don't know what color code. I may get out my DMC color chart and see if I can figure out what it's close to. I know I probably have this drill somewhere, but it's not in my binder, and I don't know just off the top of my head what the color would be. But I'm going to look for 963 because that wasn't in my binder, which means if I have AB drills for it, which apparently I do, they're not in my binder. I wonder if I've pulled them to work on another project, so I need to look for those as well. All right, so I'm mostly done dekitting. I've got some things that I'm going to do probably off camera just because it'll be boring. I mean, you guys don't want to watch me surf the internet. So I have pretty much everything done. What I don't have finished is these two ABs. I've got to find out where my bag for a 963 is. I got to figure out what this color is. I got to figure out if this is an old color they don't make anymore and that's why it's not in my box, or if I need to add it to my box. And then I need to make up a bag for my, well, yeah, I need to make up a bag because these are fairy dust drills. So I want to keep them separate, but also it has a weird Z code, and I don't think that's the drill number, 165. Is that the right? Ooh, maybe it is. So it is actually 165, but now I need to make up a third bag, which I will probably keep with my AB since this is a special drill instead of keeping it in here. All right, well, if Diamond Art Club keeps doing that, that's awesome. I would love it if it was the actual DMC instead of making me look up their weird codes every time. So I'm mostly done except for these ABs. So I've got to do that. And then these two ABs that I didn't have, the bags were in here because they were empty. I need to add those to my binder that has all of my round ABs in it. I'm going to guess that the ones I'm missing are because they're with my Josephine Wall Diamond Painting Deutschland. Hopefully you'll be seeing that project in some videos upcoming. It's not going to be done anytime soon, but I have some things I want to do with it, so you'll be seeing that. Also, don't forget the 7K giveaway. The rules are below. Leave your comments. And super huge thank you to all of you for supporting me in this YouTube journey. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.